Can I ask what's one of the worst things you've done to a person physically or mentally? So, yeah, you can. This is going to be gross and it's embarrassing. And I know that, like, it doesn't matter that it's embarrassing to me. What matters is that it's wrong. So I'm prefacing this is wrong and you shouldn't do this to people. And if you find yourself relating to what I say, then maybe you should get some help. That's all. So I always viewed relationships as like mental chess. So I was always doing everything that I said and did was planned and thought out to get reactions and to like get people to do certain things. So I pushed people to really bad places. Like I would push people mentally to very distraught places, to very traumatized places, to like I would pull them into their trauma. Like I would figure out their trauma and their triggers, and then I would slowly dose them with their triggers and their traumas to put them into fight or flight mode so then I could have more control over them. This is terrible. Oh my God. One person I had so stuck on me that he ended up sending me like $150,000 during the pandemic. And he was also like not getting anything from me. And I was like telling him to kill himself. And I was being really mean and making him cry all the time. And I would like lie to him. And then I would like give him like doses of like what he wanted. But like I was just mostly just really abusive. Like I was like, you're just such a piece of shit. And like nobody cares about you. And all of that because I was just wanted to keep him so I could keep using him. And I think that complete disregard is like just like the worst thing that I've done like mentally is that all of that that I just explained. I also admit there was like one point in my life where I thought that this was cool. Like I thought that like manipulating people and like having the ability to like implant thoughts into people's brains by like suggestive like thought is was like cool and I liked doing it, and now I feel disgusted and I don't think that it's right. I know that people are probably gonna like be like, wow, you're a piece of shit, but that's why I'm on here. That's why I'm talking. That's why I'm trying to be honest. So, yeah.
And I want you to look at this woman and know that she's nothing special. Okay? She's nothing special. She has no power that you don't give her. Okay? And I think it's important that that I posted this clip, beforehand. I think it's important that I post that clip because this is the true face of, narcissism, misandry, you know, uh, sociopath, psychopath. Who knows? Women always tell you a portion of the truth. They don't tell you the whole thing. So you can probably imagine what, her real truth is, like the things that she's done. Okay? And I'm pretty sure there's a number of people out there that wish she was dead. Okay? Or would like to do it themselves. All right? This is an emotional vampire. All right? In our ethnic community, we deal with this shit a lot more than most. All right? We deal with this shit a lot more than most and whatnot. This is part of social engineering down here. It's one of the things that's hamstrung our development as a people, as an ethnic group. All right, that's why the minority and majority can come in with impunity and shit and just twirl the thing around, and you'll be chasing your fucking tail for days, months, years before you figure out that that's what you were doing and whatnot. This is an emotional vampire. All right, and I wanted you to see what she looked like. Okay, and she's probably a visual chameleon. Okay, like she did mention that she would study her prey and assume to get as close as she could to what they desired and use that to get what she wanted, resources or just, mental pleasure, serotonin and shit. She feeds off validation. Okay. Ultimately, the only way to stop one of these is to stop engaging. Okay. Just get away, cold turkey, ghost her. Act like get away from her where she never exists. Get so far that she can't find you. Take your social media down and you know use your internet security to block her out and shit. Okay, this is an emotional vampire. This is a monster. Okay, You want to know what a monster looks like? Here's a monster. Okay, this is an actual vampire, right? In the past, like I think like 2 and 3 years ago, I had posted another one where another woman was saying the exact same thing. You know, it's another white lady. No, she was just talking about how she was just destroying men in order to get what she wanted. Money to pay her bills and to do whatever she fancied and shit. This woman is no different and shit. She sits up here like she's looking for some sort of redemption by revealing herself, but she's actually getting narcissistic supply by telling the world what she's done in part, not in whole. Okay, she's getting what she wants. So I'm assuming, just looking at her sitting in this dark room, like a creature, that she's in not self. She's in involuntary isolation and shit. Okay, you don't see anybody hanging around or anywhere near her. She probably can't stand to be around other people, much less look at her reflection in the mirror. All right, this is a monster. You got to learn how to recognize this in people that you meet. Okay, wherever they come from or whatever gender or whatever, however they identify themselves, does not matter. The look is the same. There's always that like very brief, if not sustained, uh, kind of glassy eyed look when they stare at you for a moment and shit, because they're sizing you up. All right, nothing special. There's nothing special about this person. She's empty on the inside. She is hollow. Okay, she has no soul. So she needs your attention, your validation to fill that cup. Okay, and she's gonna keep coming until she drains you, and she's gonna monkey branch to another person, but she's gonna maintain multiple interests. All right, and the ultimate goal is that she fucks you up so bad that you start mimicking her behavior. All right, and so on and so forth and shit. Okay, all right. In our ethnic community and shit, we put up with this shit in varying degrees, but it can get highly toxic and shit. It's life threatening and shit. You know, it's really not. It truly is not. It's not healthy to be in a relationship with a person like this. They literally drain you. Okay, and they always keep you in a heightened sense of awareness and shit. It's almost like akin to a walk-in sleep deprivation that you don't know whether you're coming or going. They always got drama. They want to hold you on the phone. They want to talk at length about absolutely nothing, and they always make it an emergency and shit. At some point, you just gotta be cold-hearted and you gotta be like, well, I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm gonna hang up in your face. Good day, you know. And it's even shittier if they've weaponized their womb and they have children with you because they use the children as weapons, as tools to keep accessing you, even though you know who they are and what they're capable of and shit. And that can still prove fatal as well and shit. I don't have any advice for that. If you have children with a woman like this or a person like this, all I can do is show you the clip and you know maybe you can get what you need out of it and shit and save yourself, okay? Because that's ultimately what it's about, especially in my ethnic community. It's a safe place for straight black men to talk to one another or review the content that I put out, you know? Save yourself. Save yourself, black man. I can't be any plainer than that and shit, okay? You heard what she said. She was so casual about it. And she looks like nothing, okay? But to the guy that whoever she's messing with, whoever she's uh, preying on, whoever she's eating, feeding on. Uh, to them, she's like, you know, she's like a princess, a queen, or something. You know, low self-esteem men, and I really don't want anyone in my comment section with the word simp or nothing, because a lot of you bitches out here calling somebody a simp, that some chick has been in your ass, okay, and rolled you up and down the wall and around the yard and shit, and left you hanging, and now you're bitter and you're angry. You now you're gonna emulate her behavior and shit. You think you're cool now, but you ain't cool. You just walking wounded and shit. And you wanna be performative and shit. That's feminine behavior and shit. It's not accepted here. All right. I present these clips so that you can see what's out there and so that you can, prepare yourself mentally and shit so that you can be safe. Okay, I'm not telling you not to trust anybody or anything, but recognize the signs of someone like this, who's gonna be aloof. And when you meet her, she's gonna be kind of aloof and shit, and while you chat her up and whatnot, and eventually engage in part her in whole. And then you're gonna find yourself spending extended periods of time, you know, going back and forth with her verbally and shit as she figures out, how you work, and she's gonna love bomb you. Okay, then she's gonna fuck your brains out. Okay, she's gonna fuck your brains out like you never felt before and shit. And then she's gonna taper off, and she's gonna use that as one of her levers to pull on you, along with the emotional shit. And she's gonna be real adamant about, like, you better never lie to her. You better always tell her the truth, no matter what. And if any little perceived notion, she's gonna get real upset, and she's gonna drag you and rake you over the coals for days. And while she really doesn't give a fuck about you or anybody else, she only cares about herself. People like this only care about themselves. Okay? All right? Once she starts installing them levers and shit, you fuck. All right? The only way out of this shit is to just go cold turkey. The strongest man can look them in the eye and have no reaction no matter what they do. If you want to know if your significant other is one of these creatures, when they next time they're doing some bullshit and you know it's going to be bullshit, do not react emotionally. All right, just look at them. Let them rant for as long as they want and say nothing. And when they ask you why you aren't engaging, say, yeah, I have nothing to say. Watch what happens. In our community, and, maybe, outside of it a little bit, this can prove fatal if you're not keeping your head on the swivel. Okay? It's very important that you learn to recognize the signs of these creatures, okay? They come in all shapes and sizes, and, with various, I don't know what to call it. They come in different shades and colors, and ideologies, and all this bullshit. Some of them claim to be feminists. Some of them are church ladies and shit. Some of them are middle of the road. Shit like this is like, could be the girl next door. I could tell you story after story of guys that were devoured and left as raw meat and shit after fucking with women like this. All right, I could do that, but I don't want to. All right, I don't want to. You know, it's up to you if you want to stick a personal anecdote down there in my comment section about this shit. All right, but ultimately, this is all about making sure you're aware and that you're keeping your head on the swivel, that you're protecting your assets, your bag, and most importantly, your seed and shit. Okay, because SYSBM means save yourself, black man.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.